All right. In this video, I want to go through some of the new things we shipped in January 2026. So let's get started. Some of the things are new features, some are just improvement. So the first thing is Cadence. So Cadence is right now in beta. What this feature does is you can actually add some of the tools. So let's do an example here. I'm going to add news and I'm going to check, let's say, merger and acquisition. So you see those are VCs. We can actually check whether or not they have some acquisition. So if they sold any business. Okay, so mostly nothing. And now what I can do is I can actually say, please check this monthly, weekly, or daily. So I'm going to do it weekly, and I'm going to click notified. And I create this Cadence. Now if I go to my Cadence, I can see it's right here. I can edit, and I can make sure I get the notification. So every week it will run, and if there is any change, well, you'll get a notification by email. So this is very convenient. We finally moved scoring, ICP scoring, out of beta. And so let me explain to you how it works. So the way it works is you create your ICP. You can either use our AI solution here. We describe your customers, you give your website, and or manually. So I'm going to do a test just for you. So let's say VC early stage VC in France that invest in green tech. It is very important to add a description because we'll use that as part of the scoring. Now what I do is I add some data points, some filters, and that's the information, the context that will be used to score. So let's say I'm going to use a custom research agent and I'll ask, is this company a nearly early stage investor. We're going to call that early stage status. Okay, so that's the first data point I'm going to add, and I'm also going to check if this investor is in green tech. Are they investing in green tech? All right, now what I do is I will add those two data points, but you can add many others, 10, 20, it doesn't really matter. And then what you do here is you apply the weight. So what is the most important to you? Is it that it's green tech? So you need to make sure you have something balanced. So you have 100 points. So you have, if you have 10 columns, you can do 10 points per column. And then you apply the scoring. What's happening here now is we are creating a custom prompt to score the data. And I'll show you in a few seconds. You'll get your scoring agent. So this was, now I've got my prompt. So this was in beta for a while, but now we decided that it's time to release it. Now to add the ICP, I can come here. I have my description, I add this. And now automatically all the columns, all the filters and signals that I created will be added. So you could also use this as a template, as a way to add the same columns to your research. All right. Now I'm going to run that already while we're waiting for the other to be added. Done. I'm going to run that 10. And you will see a scoring agent will be added. Okay, the early stage, that's good. Some of them. And while I'm showing you that, I can already show you that we added the source now and also key decisions. Why the AI answer yes. I think this list was actually VC in Paris. Okay, they do invest. Okay, great. Now I'm gonna do 10. Well, it's gonna kind of being the purpose here because they all invest in green tech. Yeah, the very general VCs. So maybe it was not a good example, but I just want to show you the scoring so that you understand how it works, and then you can actually rank. So give it a few seconds. Now you see we have the sources, you have the link, and you have all the sources that have been explored. So this is also quite critical, I believe, when you actually research companies. You kind of want to double check All right, and so now you see for each of those score, we do have the reasoning, we have the actual calculation of the reasoning, and we've got the score. Now the score is based on all the information available. So it was yes, and then you see here we have 100% because they do early stage investor focusing on green tech. What I can do is I can extract the JSON. So this is also something new, action. You can concatenate, uppercase, lowercase, trim, replace, you can run numbers, you can parse date, and you can parse JSON. Now, there's another way to do that, is when you click on the score, you can rerun always, but you can extract the JSON keys. And I'm going to extract the score. All right. Boom. Now I've got my score. I'm going to extract 10 because I just want to have the 10. Just the score. All right. And now what I can actually do is now something else we did add is the label. So you can now create labels. Just need to go here. So you can actually add new labels. For instance, demo. You can pick a color. Let's put blue. Demo for YouTube. And I'll come here and I can add a label. And when you search, you can actually search by label. So that's very, very convenient as well. All right. Now, something else that was requested quite a lot was the ability to actually have analytics. And now you do have analytics. So you can see what has been running and what are the costs. You can see the cost from the source, how did you build the list, and all the different tools that run. So you can see when you extract the key value with JSON, it's free. Same for the scoring agent. So it's 0. The other custom research tool, there was 20 credits. So this is how it works. All right, now another feature that we did add is the ability to deduplicate. So find duplicates and remove them. The way it works is you simply click here, and then you can actually see how many are duplicates. Now, I look at industry, but you can do by location, and of course, by company name. Okay, no duplicates. Now, if you actually import, let's say VCs from Google Map, for instance, venture capital in France, Paris, 20, you may actually detect and scrape some duplicates. So being able to remove the one that you already have becomes very important. And so you can use the website or the name as the unique identifier here. At least it's ready. I'm putting it. I'm doing the mapping, so I need to make sure that the company name is matching the company name, and this is done automatically using our AI mapper. Okay, that's done. I'm saving it and I'm uploading it. Now I should have 40. Yes, I have 40. But some of those companies might actually be duplicated. And so what I'm doing is I click deduplicate, I click, and yes, we have 3 rows that have been duplicated. I can decide which one I want to keep. Automatically will merge and aggregate the data we didn't have from the other source. Boom. Now I have only 37. Okay. Another very good solution that we added, improved, it's the web to table. Now you can really drop any link, directory. For instance, if you go to FinTech Week Hong Kong, or let's do consensus. It's coming in town next week. I can actually go to speakers. I can take this. I can drop it here. I can say 40 to 50 pages. Speakers with full details, and I can create list. What it does is actually visit the website and start finding a way to scrape it, and will scrape it automatically. So we can keep this running. We do have a webhook now. That's also something new. So if you go to integration, while we have HubSpot and Smartly, we have an API. We have actually more endpoint now, and we also have a webhook. So with this webhook, you can actually listen to all your events and get the results as soon as we get them. So you don't need to pull anymore. People find an agent. That's another feature that I really want to show you. So for instance here, I've got accounting firm. I can use the people finder agent. Find people. I can put owner, CEO in Hong Kong. 2 profiles. I'm going to put the website here automatically. I'm not going to add the email. I'm going to add this column. Okay. So I'm searching 10 profiles. So it's going to search people. And what I want to show you is really the transpose column, because now you'll see that the column is actually transposed into one table, and the table with the people can go back to the same table here. I can add as many people finder agent. It will send the data to the same table. So it's very convenient. You don't have to recreate a table. Oh, I'm looking for funders in Hong Kong, but they're actually in Singapore. So don't worry. I'm going to do in Hong Kong, in nowhere. I'm updating this column. Now, you can actually duplicate. So I'm doing that. So now I've got another column, but different prompt. I'm running this for 10. On a Chrome extension, we also made some changes. Now when you visit a particular profile, you need to create a list first. You can do it from the Chrome extension as well. Test founders in Hong Kong. Okay, so I'm creating this. And now if I'm on my feed, I can import leads. Okay, so you can also create the list from the Chrome extension, and you can also, if you go to the profile, you can import that lead. Again, you can see the profile has been added here, and then you can scrape the LinkedIn, find the email if you want. I can transpose, and boom. Now for my profiles, and I can actually find the email if I want to, find the phone number. And because actually I'm not so happy here, I want to go back here. I think my prompt was quite bad, so I'm going to do it again. I'm going to duplicate, and I'm going to say founder, co-founder, partner, director. Should have a bit more luck. So running this one, we still don't have it because we don't have a website. That's the reason. All right, so now I've got more profile, and what I can do is I can send them to my first table, and you can see they're going to be added. So now I've got 5 profiles. And if I go back to the source, I've got some more, same thing. You can actually see which one were transposed and which one hasn't yet. So you can just keep it running, and once it's over, you just need to click again, transpose, and we'll send back more profile to your people view. All right, so that's it for January, and those are the new improvement and new feature at Kuration.